I'm Kirk Borne. I'm here visiting for your IA day, and I learned a lot about AA today. So tell me about your history here. I'm just curious what brings you to the automation world.
What I really like about this company and this space is how, just like in many ways like an iPhone, how you take a lot of complex technology, but you simplify it so it provides value to the end user, whoever the end user may be, right? So to use a smartphone, you don't have to understand how the screen is implemented, how AI inside that works, how Siri works, how anything inside it works. But what you get out of it is very high value. It allows you to do the things that you want to do.
So I think the key thing that I think you're saying there is just that human-centricity to this whole process,
That's
right? So oftentimes technology companies are so focused on their technology, they may even say they're technology-centric and things like this, but if it's really human beings who are going to use it and who you're building it for and who actually determine the requirements on the product, right? It's always trying to serve a customer in a place, and I think automation brings us to that sweet spot where the customer of this product, the user of this product, doesn't even need to know, like you said, what's going on underneath it. They just know that this is helping me do better.
That is right.
So how do you capture user data? I mean, if someone is, for example, processing invoices or processing, customer calls in a contact center, how do you capture data there to automate that workflow?
So that is so the new product that we announced today, a Discovery Bot, that essentially observes the person, and it's a web-based product. It sits here. It doesn't come in your way. It just does it quietly, and it observes the interactions you have with applications, with systems, what data you use to make what decisions, right? It figures out the folks, for example, based on some data. If you did this part of the process of the workflow or took this path, it figures that out as well. And at the end, it uses your own behavior as well as the behavior of your cohort when faced with the same choices to extract a process or a workflow and present that as a graph, right? As that's the first step. It presents that as a graph with its variants, saying 70% of the time this path was taken, 20% of the time this path was taken, and 10% of the time this path was taken. And the Discovery Bot itself will provide an estimate of the ROI, saying, by the way, these look like candidates that you should consider automating.
Well, the one thing I like about what you just said was that human in the loop there. So it basically gives either information or justification for why a decision or an action was taken.
That's right.
Or attaches some additional information.
That's correct.
You're not just selling a black box solution that we're going to come in and we're going to just run your business for you and you can send all your people home.
That is not even realistic.
People see movies and they think that's what it is. They think AI and bots are just basically doing all our jobs for us, and we can just go home and read books or something. That might be nice too, but that's not what it's about. It's about. I always say that AI is not artificial intelligence, it's augmented intelligence, assisted intelligence, amplified intelligence, which is assisting the human, amplifying and augmenting productivity. 100%. And that's the thing that really the business should pay attention to, not the word artificial.
That's right. I agree with you on the augmentation part. That also allows people to not use artificial as something that is meant to compete against humans. It really is another tool that people can use, humans can use, to help them in whatever they do daily or otherwise.
Well, thank you, Prince. It's been really great discussing this with you and being here today. I appreciate the invitation to be here for this launch, and I imagine there's a large audience worldwide watching on social, so it's great for me to have a front row seat, and so thank you for that opportunity.
You're very welcome. It was wonderful to talk to you as well. We had lots of great interest. Thank you for being here and for helping us as well. And I hope to have continue the conversation again.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.